The Battle of Britain was one of the first major turning points of the Second World War. It was fought entirely in the air between July to October in 1940, as Nazi Germans attempted to destroy the Royal Air Force and prepare for a full invasion of Britain. The skies over England became the front lines. While much of the world watched anxiously, Canadian pilots were already in air, fighting alongside their British allies in one of the most dangerous and critical battles of the war. After the fall of France in June 1940, Hitler focused on Britain. Before German troops could invade, Germany's air force was ordered to take control of the skies. The plan was to bomb airfields, radar stations, and eventually cities, weakening Britain's defense. For nearly 4 months, British and Allied pilots defended their territory from above, often flying multiple missions a day, outnumbered and under consistent pressure. Although the battle took place far from Canadian soil, Canadians played an important role. Over 100 Canadian pilots served with the RAF during the Battle of Britain. Some were already training in Europe when the war began. Others had volunteered early and were sent overseas to join the fight. Among the Canadian pilots who served, many became known for their bravery and skills. Flight Lieutenant Gordon McGregor, who would later become president of Air Canada, was a key leader of No. 1 Squadron.
As well as Officer Willie McKnight, he became a flying ace, someone who shot down 5 or more enemy planes. McKnight had at least 17 confirmed kills before he was killed in action in January 1941. Another well-known Canadian pilot was Ernest McNabb. He shot down many enemy planes and won a medal called the Distinguished Flying Cross. In total, 23 Canadian pilots lost their lives in the battle. Their names are remembered among the few, a term given to the Allied airmen who fought in the battle.
Flying during the Battle of Britain was extremely dangerous. Pilots used small, single-seat fighting planes like the Hurricanes and Spitfires. These aircrafts were fast, but so were the German planes. Air battles, also called dogfights, could happen at any moment. Pilots had only seconds to react. They had to keep track of where their squadrons were, avoiding enemy fire and attacking targets while flying over 500 kilometers an hour. There was constant danger not only from enemy planes but also from anti-aircraft guns, bad weather, and mechanical failures. Many pilots didn't survive their first few weeks.
The Battle of Britain was the first time Nazi Germans faced defeat in the war. The RAF successfully forced Hitler to cancel the invasion plans. It gave Britain time to recover, prepare, and eventually go on to offense.
Canada's contribution was small in numbers but large in importance. It showed the world that Canada was ready to stand by its allies and fight for democracy. The courage of Canadian pilots in the Battle of Britain helped build the country's reputation as a strong, reliable part of the Allied forces. Canada didn't just contribute pilots. Back home, Canadians supported the war effort by building aircraft parts, raising money, and training more pilots. Through the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan, thousands of air crew were trained in Canada, far from the danger but prepared to join the fight.
This program was one of Canada's biggest wartime achievements, and it helped supply pilots for the RAF throughout the entire war.
The Battle of Britain is still remembered today as a moment of great courage. Every year in Canada, Battle of Britain Sunday is held in September to honor those who served. Canadian pilots who fought in the skies over Britain in 1940 were young, determined, and brave. Many never came home. Their sacrifice helped save a nation, and their actions shaped the outcome of the war. Canada's role in the Battle of Britain was a proud chapter of the country's history. Though small in number, the pilots who fought in the battle made a lasting impact, not just on the war, but in Canadians' place in the world.